This is Diana of Ephesus.
Yeah.
And do you know about, the Diana of Ephesus information, why she has all these eggs/breasts on her, right?
I know. I know Nick
I can tell.
has spoken about this.
This is a very strange thing, right? And who do they say first came out like with the whole procreation test tube babies, right? This was a known thing, and it was known in India like for a long time. And they say this. They say that this was part of the Amazon women culture, right? They didn't have men, but they still had babies. How does that work, right? And that they would lay on the ground, and they were the one-breasted women, and they would get pregnant from the rays of the sun. This is like an old lore story. And so when we get into old lore, right, and queen bees like Artemis, right, like, and the cult of Cybele and Mother Goddess and Ishtar and all these things, like the flame of creation, right, Libertas. And so when we're talking about this kind of old stuff, and we know, wow, that just went, my computer loves to do that to me.
So
when we know that this is a thing.
Yeah.
But they don't look like boobs.
I've seen them. I've seen different kinds. No. And it's also that what you just mentioned, it's the also the Immaculate Conception story.
Yes. And these look like, people say these are boobs, but I'm sorry, these look like egg pods to me. This looks very much like an egg sac of like what you would think of a woman's ovary, okay? Like holding, or even an egg sac of a spider, if you want to go there, right? This looks very similar to that to me. Whereas people say, oh, this is a multi-breasted goddess. And I'm like, is it?
Probably.
Or are they eggs? And this is signifying a different thing for fertility.
Multi-breasted, even if it's for, all those kids, perhaps.
Yes.
How the hell are you going to do that? That's like, are you just going to, I don't know, like, just like a pig, like lay on your side and...
But isn't that strange that they already were worshiping this statue? And so that leads me to believe, like, there's a reason. They didn't just say, oh, this is a god of this because, right? They had reasons for what they chose each god to be, and how they looked and all the things. So it makes you really question, like, what are they trying to tell us here? Like, what are they showing us? And then you do get into weird things like the homunculus, and Juan does a good job on this. Juan on Juan podcast.
Juan. I've had him on for the homunculus. It is.
Yes, he goes hard on the homunculus, and he talks all about it. And I'm telling you guys, why would this story of how to create it, right, with the Book of the Cow, if we get into Paracelsus, why would we have certain writings like that if it was all BS? If he's just a crazy guy? Paracelsus wasn't crazy.
No. But isn't this just like the sort of like the medieval version of a test tube baby? But
that's my question.
A little more literally, because it's literally a baby, or at least size of a baby,
and a test tube, right?
Yeah.
And they were transferring a lot of times. This shows like the beginning into a womb of a cow. And this gets into the Book of the Cow, and they do a way better job at breaking that down than I do. But it's a very interesting book, and it talks about all the fluids that you need and everything. But why would you say you accomplished something if you really never did? Okay, maybe one guy, right? Like maybe there's one guy that's just this narcissistic, crazy guy, and he just wants to like own everything and be the one, and that's fine. Okay, great. But also, why would it continue and continue and continue to be mentioned and written about if it wasn't true, right? Like at all? No, it is. It's written about on and on and on and on, to the point where they basically, hit it. And then again, we see birds here, which is interesting to me. Like there's multiple pictures from old books that are very curious, if nothing else. All right, we'll just say curious.